Welcome back to the Tahoe Builder. This is part 2 of our standing seam metal roof installation. In this episode, we're going to be discussing how to measure, cut, and install around a Murphy vent or snow diverter, as we call them here in the mountains. We use a little roof that goes over the top, and we'll show you how to cut around that triangle. When we're installing roof vents on a metal roof in the mountains, we like to use 22 gauge metal so it can hold up against the snow loading. We use insect screening to prevent any wasp nests from forming inside the vent. And in this case, we're working on a 2-inch vent. You see the flutes in there. This will go down after the roof panel, but just sits right on top there. Okay, now the crew has run into a condition where we have a roof vent penetration. So we have our roof vent installed over the 3-inch vent. And right now they're marking where the next panel will intersect with the flat metal of this roof vent. So what they're going to do here is they're going to trim off the excess metal, and then they're going to bend up the side of that flat stock so that it seats right up against the side of the seam of this next panel. And what that'll do is prevent the need for having to cut through any of the roof seams. So we're fortunate that the layout worked out such that the vent is near the middle of one of our full panels, so we didn't need to create any break in any of the seams. So here they're going to go ahead and hem it up. If this was an exposed hem, we'd want to be using a much longer break tool. So we're going to go ahead and break that, turn it up 90. Now they're laying out the vent for the long portion, which will go on first. We always work from the bottom up when we're installing roofing materials. So we're using less than a full panel. You gotta factor some extra material when you have vents on a roof with standing seam metal for these overlap conditions. So here they're cutting out their vent penetration. We'll slip this panel over the top. See, it's short of full length, but it's big enough to allow the full flange of our vent to be over this panel. You'll see how we tie in the waterproofing in the next panel as we move along. So their length, plus they're going to add an inch for the hem at the uphill side. We're just going to bring the next panel to the edge of the bottom edge of the vertical part of that vent. They're marking the top there so they can get a nice accurate dimension. And then they have to remember to add that 1 inch for the hem at the top edge. Gonna lose an inch of length on the panel. Now the crew's trimming off the hemmed part of the seam so that it's not in competition with the seam that's going to key over the top of this. Making sure we don't have any sharp edges or metal sticking up that's going to prevent proper seating. Snapping out the triangle for their cutout. The hem's already cut onto the top edge of this panel. they got a nice tight fit around the vent. Right now they're performing what we call a dry fit to make sure everything is cut accurately and no mistakes were made. Measure several times, cut once. Pull the assembly back apart, and now we can put down some waterproofing sealant and adhesive using our Sealbond 435. There's lots of products. This is the one we're using on this installation. Marking the side of the flat stock on this so we can put a bead down there. Just making sure nothing can creep or make its way back in or under the vent. Using his body weight, he's making sure we get good adhesion. And then we're going to add a little piece of counter flashing just as an extra precaution. Make sure nothing can get under this partial panel. Sealing around all edges. Keying it in at the top there before they press the seams down and add friction to the system. Key it in at the top and then seat the seam. And this is going to be one of the few locations on this roof where we have some surface penetrations. We want to make sure that this never lifts up and really stays seated well. So we're going to use some roofing screws that have a rubber gasket. This is going to help seat and seal the sealant that we placed. We measure out for our fasteners so everything looks clean and professional, centered and aligned. And cleaning up any of the residual residue from the sealant using acetone. There's a finished installation. Okay, we're finally at the very last panel of the roof. The guys are cutting the panel to width. It's a full-length panel. It's going to key into our gable end flashing that has the crease folded into it. Got a top hem to prevent against any wind loading at the top edge. And everything's snapped together nicely, and you can see from the fresh rain that we recently got, everything is looking waterproof and good to go. To watch part 3 of this video, click the link in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips on building at a higher level.